Hey everybody, welcome to the Video Game Show. I'm Sean. Alright guys, some delay news this week. CD Projekt Red has announced that Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is not going to be coming out this year as originally proposed. They have pushed it back to 2015. This is pretty big news. Everybody thought it was going to be coming out in the fall of this year, but it is going to be coming out next year. It might only be a couple months, but they do want to make sure that when they release it, it is a great game. It's a big game that a lot of people are looking forward to, and it's going to be one of the best looking games you've seen. I see so many people talk about it and are so excited for it that I know that they see this too, and they want to make sure they put out a project that is worth this commotion. So I mean, I respect what they're doing, and Witcher 2 didn't come out too long ago, so it isn't that big of a wait. I mean, it's been, I don't know, 2 years at the most, probably 2012. So I mean, it's not like myself with Fallout 3 waiting for Fallout 4. It's been 2008 to 2014 already now. So I'm okay with it. It does mean that I won't be able to play it this fall. But as long as they put out a good product and they make sure all the bugs, I mean, and most of the bugs are covered, and they cover all their bases and make sure they give us a good product, I'm happy with it. So at South by Southwest this past week, there was some announcements and some information given out. Specifically, the information that I was interested in was regarding Tales from the Borderland, Telltale Games project teaming up with Gearbox. So I was really happy that they were going to put out some information out there. They talked about what the setting of the story is and how everything's going on. So apparently you play as some bounty hunters, and you go through the game deciding whether whoever's story is of what's going on, their story, the people that you speak to, you decide whose story is true or not. This all takes place after Borderlands 2, so everything that happened in Borderlands 2 is going to carry over to this. So does that mean that, Handsome Jack is dead after all? Spoiler alert, guys. I don't know. I don't know. In the series of Borderlands, it's futuristic, it's otherworldly, all kinds of things. For all we know, you could have killed Jack, but he could have had a clone or something like that. Because in the teaser trailer, they show the hologram of Handsome Jack. But I am happy for this news. I'm happy that they gave us a little info of where this game is at and where it's heading, and I'm just really happy about this. I'm really looking forward to this game. Telltale Games has done a great job so far with The Wolf Among Us and the Walking Dead series, so I'm really happy and looking forward to this one. And anything Borderlands, I am psyched up for. I love Borderlands. Also coming out of South by Southwest, there was an interview happening with Phil Spencer at the South by Southwest, and during this interview he stated that Microsoft is going to be more direct and honest in the future. They realized that what happened last year when they did their March unveiling and their E3 announcements for Xbox One, that they kind of beat around the bush and sugarcoated a few things, and it didn't turn out the best way possible. So they said that Phil Spencer said that he wasn't in the best place. It was not the best time of his life with everything going on, and that's understandable. So I really do hope Spencer and his leadership team can step up to the plate, be more direct, be more honest about what's going on, and tell us what we need to hear and not sugarcoat it. Because if they would have done that last year, I have a feeling that the Xbox would have been leaps and bounds beyond where it is now. Right now it's trailing Sony in the PlayStation 4. But I think if they would have been honest, they would have been at least right there with Sony PlayStation 4, if not past them, ahead of them. Because of what they were planning to do was a console version of Steam with other intricacies to it that we haven't seen as of yet. So I really look forward to seeing them and hearing them and witnessing them be this direct and honest company from now on. I hope that they can follow through with these statements and not just be empty promises. Alright guys, this week was Titanfall launch, so that means I have a video game of the week for you guys. Titanfall. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's everything you think of in your dreams when you think of a first-person shooter that you want to play that is innovative, that is different. It has everything that you want. It's got your gunplay, you got your quickness. It does something that a first-person shooter hasn't really done before. It puts this speed in your hands of mobility, speed, change of direction. It does this that no other shooter's done before. Battlefield, Call of Duty. None of your players can do the things that they can do in Titanfall. And then on top of that, what do? They just slap a whole nother serving of awesome and give you a mech, a Titan, a 28-meter high, 28-ton Titan, a big metal body of freaking awesomeness. This game was very well built. It was polished, and you can tell this because when you're playing as a pilot, it is entirely different from as a Titan. And that's not different in a bad way. They are both their own different types of style of fighting, movement, and it's good. It feels great. It feels really good. The guns feel different when you fire them, and as awesome as you feel, double jumping, using your jetpack, wall running, cloaking, stimming, all this stuff as a pilot. Some of you might think that you're just a pilot compared to a Titan. What can you do? Well, even though as a Titan you feel enormous and gigantic and invincible, you're not, because they do a great job of balancing both pilots and Titans. The pilots aren't exactly helpless against the Titan, and the Titan can be vulnerable to a pilot, but it can definitely kill a pilot with the one shot. So I mean, they balanced it well. They polished the game well. It looks great. The movement is fluid. Not a lot of games in my life have I felt this excitement for playing. I was excited for this game before it came out. I am still excited. I think of it at work. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to get home to play Titanfall. They do add a little bit of a single player in there. It's not a single player campaign. It's a multiplayer campaign. What it is essentially is it's you playing multiplayer matches, but with a lead-in to each match. There's some CGI cutscene before each match. So I mean, and the funny thing about this multiplayer campaign is that it's giving you little hints of what the universe is about, but it doesn't nearly give you enough. And the funny thing is that, like, when I was watching it and playing all this multiplayer campaign, I was like, man, I still don't understand what this story is about. Apparently these two sides are at war, but that's about all I understand. So the funny thing is that, like, I go around to reviews and listen to some of the reviews and watch and read some of the reviews online, and a lot of people feel the same way. They think just like myself that this world is so vast and is beautiful and gigantic, but it's not well enough. It's not explored enough. And at the same time, the story that shows you why they're in conflict, the two sides, the militia and the IMC, it doesn't, it's not clear enough. There are certain things you can catch and say, like, okay, well, the militia wanted to get out of under the thumb of the IMC, but it's hard to understand truly why. If they explain that further, I definitely would like to see that and hear that. This game is going to change the game as a whole of first-person shooters, especially multiplayer. People complain that there was only going to be 6 players per side. I think it's perfectly fine. They definitely knew what they were doing right here with the 6-player versus 6-player. They have all the grunts, all the specters to help fill in the cracks and crevices of the game to make it feel like it's an actual true battle. I definitely like that feeling. In most multiplayer games, I'm running around with a bunch of people just getting shot in the back over and over again. With this one, every time I come to life in a match, I feel like the match is evolving as I'm moving. I come around a corner and I come upon some troops, some specters, some grunts. For all I know, I mean, from afar away, depending on how the movement is, you can tell if they're grunts, specters, or an actual player. But when you just get there real fast, it's like, oh man, it's like you're in the moment, and it fulfills that need. Instead of just running around aimlessly searching and searching, it gives you time to fill the cracks in between, playing cat and mouse game with somebody while you're jumping through a window and they're, doing all these things. You have all this other stuff going on around you. It's a really beautiful thing that I definitely think that other games should definitely look at and try to emulate in some way. Overall, you guys, my words cannot do this game justice right now. I just know that I want to play it. So all I can tell you right now is go pick this game up, give it a try, at least rent it. Jump on Xbox One, hit me up, let's play a few rounds, and let's have some fun. The game, you definitely will enjoy it, and if you don't, let me know why. I would definitely like to see the other side of the coin. I haven't seen or heard really many other negative reviews unless it was from a Battlefield fanboy or Sony fanboy. I really haven't heard anything negative about this game. I definitely want to hear more opinions about it, and let me know about some of your experiences with it. There are definitely some major water cooler points in every match that just, you know, make you happy, make you want to be like, oh, that was awesome. So go play this, guys. Hit me up. You guys know where to find me. And yeah, Titanfall. What can I say? Alright guys, that's it for the video game show this week. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments, questions, inquiries, and suggestions for future video games of the week in the comments section. Let's have a great conversation this week. We'll see you next time.